Today, I'm making an unusual video today. If you are a Scratch fan but don't know how to scratch, don't you worry. Today, I'm making a Scratch tutorial. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get scratching. So first, we will make an account on Scratch. But before that, I'm going to show you a way to. If you are a new Scratcher, like a new person, to join Scratch, look where my cursor is. If you are new, click the Join Scratch button. If you are already a Scratcher, like me, click the Sign In. Anyways, once you've done that, once you've followed what I said, let's get scratching. So, we'll begin by creating a new project. You can see beside the Scratch logo, there's a Create button. Click on that, and it takes you to the Scratch editor. So, for this one, I'm gonna name you all of them. This is the block palette. It's where you drag and place blocks and drag and delete blocks too. This, where your sprite is, or we'll get to that later. This is the stage area. It is where your character, or whatever you're controlling, is appearing on. And this is the sprite area. I really don't know what it's actually called. The sprite area, I'm gonna call it. So, and you see, there's a cat. It happens on every project. Every project has a cat sprite. A sprite is the object you're controlling, but it's like the most movable object. You could choose a sprite from here by clicking this cat icon or this magnifying glass, or you could create your own by clicking this paint button in this sprite making editor. For now, let's stick with the cat, which will always be named Sprite 1. Perfect. Now, when a green flag clicked, but hold up, you don't know what that means yet. Maybe not. This block, means that it is connected to these button icons up here. You see, when I click on this block, why don't you look at that? The buttons are lighting up. Mostly the green flag, because it's the one green flag clicked block. For example, let's go to these categories. Speaking of categories, I'm going to teach you what they mean. These are colorful icons. When you click on them, they have a name. For example, motions, looks, sound, and etc. But for now, we will stick with the motion, looks, and events category for starters. For example, in the motion category, when you drag a move, 10 steps block on the, palette, you see that when you click on the block, our sprite moves forward. You see, excuse me for getting confused. And if you look here, could you spot the different scratchers? If you spotted it, congratulations! You have found the sprite controller. It's where all these values are found. And the X value changes. The X is the left and right value, which means, look at this. Move 10 steps, moves forward, move negative 10 steps, moves backwards. It's cool, huh? Pretty cool. So, looking forward to scratch more, you could, if you wanted to put your sprite back to the center, it's not in the exact position you want it to be. Don't worry. In the sprite controller, you could change these values. The center is 0, 0. Whoops. Whoa, excuse me right there. 0. Yup, that's the center. Now that you've learned some of the basics, well, almost all of the basics, so you should be proud of yourself. Let's get scratching. When flag clicked, go to 0, 0. If you don't know what this block means, it's also connected to something. Not with the buttons or like the green flag or these buttons like the stop sign or green flag. This one is connected to the X and Y values as shown here. So, for example, let me move this to a random position. You could do it by clicking this go to random position block or just dragging it. So, that seems not centered, obviously. As you can see here, it's all the way at the bottom. When you click the green flag, well, why don't you look at that? It's back in the center. Thanks all to this motion block. Go to X0 and go to Y0. You could change the input values as like how much you want, how high, how low. So, let's actually go scratching. In the events category, when this sprite clicked, in the looks category, change size by 10. If you don't know what this means and you're really confused, well, it's in the sprite controller, the size and the direction. On the direction, it's special, but I'll teach you on the direction when we actually get there. Excuse me. So, now if you click on it, well, why don't you look at that? The size in the input value is changing by 10, but the default size is 100, and you see, I have dragged the scratch can around a lot, and it's not centered, but you know, this block, this one, still works. When green flag clicked, it's centered, but our scratch cat is too big. So let's do when green flag clicked, set its size to 100, which is a default. See? It works just fine. So, if you made it bigger and bigger and much bigger until you feel like, that's enough for now. Click the green flag. You're all secured. So, what are we gonna do to make this more fancier? You could go into the motion category and get a turn block. This is what a turn block looks like. Its default value is set to 15, as always. And, you could change it. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it's pretty cool. For now, we could keep it 15. So, when this sprite clicked, turn by 15 degrees. Well, look what you've created. You've created a masterpiece for beginners. So you should be proud of yourself. A lot you should be proud. Ready to make this more fancy? Sure. But before that, when green flag clicked, in the motion category, there's a point in direction 90, which is also the default of the direction. You see, when I put it in any other direction using this controller by clicking on the direction input in the sprite controller, wow, you see it changes your sprite's direction. But if it's a different value, click the green flag. It's back to normal. So, that seems to be done, but hold up. If you want to make it more fancier, go to the looks category, and you see there's a change color effect by whatever input. It's normally set to 25. So, let's see what you've created. Whoa! Isn't that cool, Scratchers? That's pretty cool. And at the start, it's already set to color effect 0. So there you have it. You could name this project anything on the top. You could name it something like My First Project. You could save it by clicking the Save Now button. See the project page by clicking this. You see, you're here. Congratulations, you've completed your project. By the way, this is not my first project. I've created like almost 100 projects. So, if this is your first project, you could name it this or whatever you want. And if you want to let everyone see it, you see, Scratch already gave you the instructions. This project is not shared, so you can only see it. Click share to let everyone see it, which means when you click the share button, it's public. It's shared, but if you, go to My Stuff by clicking this on the top, and you could unshare it, which is the option right beside the project you just made. And this unshare button will only appear on shared projects. So, if you want to unshare it, click it. Now it's not shared. So, that's all I'm gonna say for now, folks. So, this is my first project of the new year, and speaking of new year, Happy Lunar New Year to everyone, and Chinese New Year. Either way, they kind of passed. Still, this is my first video of the new year, so stay cool and create whatever you imagine in Scratch. Stay cool. Peace.